Now let's get into what we should really be concerned about, the forced drugging of water and all these other systems in the food and in the air. This is out of the Register. City receives citation for not fluoridating water. And it goes on. The city of Watsonville has been cited by the California Department of Public Health for failure to comply with an order by the state to fluoridate the water supply. The citation was received by the city Thursday and demands written assurance from the city by August 29th that it will comply and plan and schedule a fluoridation submitted by September 19th. City Council Al Smith said the citation appeared to be out of the clear blue. We've been in communication with the Department of Health, he said. I was surprised, but this is it. Fluoridation has been an issue since the City Council first passed a resolution accepting a grant for fluoride in 2002. Fluoridation 2010 work group offered the city $946,000 to fluoridate because the government cares so much about you. But in November of last year, Watsonville residents concerned about the safety of fluoride passed Measure S, banning all substances from the water not specifically approved by the Food and Drug Administration, which includes fluoride. And you now have the majority of FDA and EPA scientists going to Congress and saying sodium fluoride causes cancer and is deadly and reduces fertility. 1 part per million can cause up to a 20%, on average it's about 15, IQ reduction. People aren't, the U.S. IQ is now the lowest in the world. Not our test scores, not our laziness, not our decadence. We're lazy and decadent for a reason. For 60 years, almost every major city, over 70% of the nation now drinks fluoridated water. It passed that number a few years ago. You are lethargic and dumbed down and can't focus and have reduced fertility, and cancer rates are off the charts for a lot of reasons. But the biggest one is fluoridation of water, fluoridation of food. Most processed foods have it added. They now, for 5 years, have been spraying it on crops as a pesticide. It goes through the cell walls and bioaccumulates in the crops. This is all admitted. We are being dosed with massive amounts of it. The toothpaste. I was driving in this morning, but my iPhone camera is fogged up and screwed up. I guess I got to go take it in. I couldn't take a photo of a Sparklets truck. It had a big pink sign on the back saying fluoride water for babies. It's even worse for babies statistically, the amount of brain damage it causes. And they're cold-bloodedly doing this right out in the open. Yeah, they're CDC. Community water fluoridation stats now reaches nearly 70% of U.S. population. And when did that come out? Because the numbers I saw 2 years ago was it had already passed 70%. Okay, this year, so it's just now hitting 70. The report I saw was over 70. But thanks for pulling it up, guys. The issue here is they're racing to get the entire country and entire world fluoridated. I've seen cases where $5 million was spent in a small town in Kansas, if I remember correctly, just to get them to fluoridate over a decade. They spent millions to get San Antonio to fluoridate a few years ago. The citizens knew what was going on down there, okay? And now California comes in and says, we're going to criminally come after your city. We're going to cite you if you don't do this. Since when do they get to forcibly medicate us? And now they say, hey, we want to put statins in the water and we want to put lithium in the water, both toxic. Now they're talking about making kids in public school take statins every week to help their cholesterol. They are force drugging us, and they are setting the precedent to do this. And they know we're waking people up, so they're striking back. Again, here's the Mail yesterday. Fury in China as female babies grow breast after drinking milk laced with hormones. Now, here they spin it and go, oh, it's 7- and 8-year-olds by the hundreds of thousands going into puberty when you're supposed to go in at 12 to 14. No, no, no. Tens of thousands in the U.S., babies are growing breast. 3-year-olds are menstruating. 3-year-old girls. And then it burns them out. It accelerates their aging, and they get massive increases in breast cancer. That's all admitted. Do they take bisphenol A out of most of the plastic products and food? No, they don't. Do you know when you microwave something in a bisphenol A tray, it massively off-gasses it into your food? Years ago, I'd be eating plastic stuff that I'd microwaved. It could taste the poison. You wonder why you're obese? Americans were eating more fattening foods 30 years ago, the statistics show. But we're fatter and more unhealthy today because of the hormones, the bisphenol A, the sodium fluoride attacks the thyroid. Ladies and gentlemen, it's epidemic amongst women. Every time I'm sitting in a restaurant or go to church with my parents or Just constantly. All I hear women talking about is, yeah, I'm 25 years old, and the doctor says I've got an 80-year-old thyroid, and no matter, but he's giving me hormones to help. Fluoride savages your thyroid, women. Bisphenol A savages your thyroid. Honey, you're not supposed to be fat on the small diet you're eating. You're not supposed to have your hair falling out at 25, honey. Most of the women I know above the age of 35 are having their hair start to fall out. It's epidemic. It's epidemic. And do the doctors say don't eat bisphenol A? Don't eat stuff and drink liquids out of bisphenol A that lines all the cans, most of the bottles? Do they tell you when you microwave it? But, it hyperfeminizes and then accelerates the aging of women. Men, it makes us effeminate, and it makes us passive and reduces our fertility. Testicular cancer, off the charts. Prostate cancer, off the charts. These are the hormonal glands that are being bombarded with this stuff. So, the government says they're worried about techno music and they need to ban it. But they're not worried about fluoride. In fact, they want to make you drink it and other chemicals and bisphenol A. And at least in China, they get mad at 1-year-olds growing breast, 3-year-olds having periods. Not here. Go to the doctor. Hey, my 3-year-old's having a period. We'll give her some hormones to block that and screw her all up. Thanks, Doc. Thanks a lot. My daughter's going to die of cancer in a few years. Thank you. Thank you for murdering her.